wonderful people that work with and for NASA.
I like rockets.
And I thought about what I wanted to do, and I thought about my little kid interest at MIT. And now it's something new is going to happen. But the support we see from folks like yourself, if it was from the general public, from everyone around the country and around the world, really, is so strong that I don't think it's an option to stop. We don't know exactly how it's going to work out, maybe, but I think we're going to keep going.
And a great deal of money spent, but on balance, it's really returned the investment, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has. You know, if you look at, as you said, we have paid for it. You know, people should go and enjoy the launches and enjoy what we do. But it's less than 1 penny on your tax dollar is what NASA gets. Our strongest partner are the Russians.
Tremendous when you look back at the planet. Yeah. What was that feeling?
If it was, stars look like. What does the Earth look like? And when you first get to space and you look out the window of the shuttle, it's magnificent. What you see, but it's kind of like looking at an aquarium. You know, you're looking through a window, and if you might be eating something, if you need to go to the bathroom, you can. If it was, you're in regular clothes. Right. But when you go out and spacewalk and see the planet, I found that to be a different experience. When you can look anywhere. You have the bubble of your helmet, and
you're tethered.
You're always tethered.
That work with and for NASA.
The planet in its entirety. You can see the curvature, like you see in the movie. 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 You can see the curvature of the planet, and it looks like a big ball. Like you see in the movie. Like you see in the movie. Like you see in the movie. And like you see in the movie. Like you see in the movie. Like you see in the movie. If it was. I just turned my head at it, and the thought that went through my head was, this is something I'm not supposed to look at. It's a secret. People aren't supposed to see this. My spacesuit, it could cause a problem, and then it'd be an investigation, and I'd have to admit that I was crying, like you see in the movie. So I quickly got myself under control, but I looked a third time, and that third time that I looked, the thought, like you see in the movie, thought went through my head was, if you're in heaven, this is what you would see. This is the view from heaven. And then it was immediately replaced by another thought, Dave. It was, no, it's more beautiful than that. That's what I felt looking at the planet, and it's fragile, it's beautiful, it's perfection, and we need to take care of it. If it was.
It's amazing to me. Beautifully put.
If it was, everybody there goes there with a spirit of if it was. No.
You're doing the.
I was trying to do my friends a favor. On my spacewalk, the next day, they had to hook up this cable, and the section of the telescope they were in was going to be tough to reach. So we were in an easy reach spot. So I was going to do them a favor and hook up their cable for them, right? So they don't have cable. They do have cable. We have cable. So when we don't have cable. It's not for cable television. Don't call your cable provider. It's a science kind of cable. But only astronomers get to see what comes.
Assimino, everybody.
We have email, we have Twitter. On the space station, they actually have a phone.
A phone?
A phone, which actually becomes problematic for some of the family members. There was my buddy was up there, for 6 months, and I saw his kid, and I said, hey, apparently he's too busy.
Yeah, of course.
To do this. So, and when the phone call comes in, Dave, it's a local call.
Is that right?
Yeah, it shows up on the phone because the way they route it.
Have you called your wife?
No, well, this is a.
If it was.
I want to show a clip. This is from the movie. When did these?
And it's a film that we had.
What I want to show first, though, is the launch. I think.
That's kind of what's going on. If it was. Now your friends saying to each other. If it was.
Yeah, you get a little bit worried. It's a little stressful, but you do rely on your training. If you think about doing something like that, you'd have to be nuts, right, to go and actually do that. But you get the training.
And it's piece by piece, and you learn what you need to learn, and you have stuff to think about.
And it's amazing. It's just like your kids doing your homework. If you go in and take an exam unprepared, you're in trouble. But if you prepare, you're okay. And it's just like a space mission.
I was 35 on the list.
Mike Assimino, ladies and gentlemen.
You get to pick all the stuff that you like, and you rate it, and then the dietitians build a menu for you, so you have a balanced menu. Big win tonight at the Academy Awards. I enjoyed the movie. What I really liked was the feel of space, the look of space, what the Earth looked like up on the big screen.
If it was.
What are we really doing in space? What are we really doing in space? So you did a very nice service, I think, to the world as well by generating a lot of interest in space travel. Congratulations. Enjoy the evening. Bread fresh. Crumbs are a problem. Crumbs start floating around. You can inhale them and get in your eye. They can get in equipment. It's not good. So you want to minimize the crumbs that are there. So we would use tortillas. We would have tortillas when you wanted to wrap something up. I think the best thing about
Oh, how I dread to eat with bread. Believe me.
On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth. That's ridiculous.
Yes. I think there's a scene in the movie where you're showing her the special handshake.
Yes.
The secret handshake. And while you were shooting this, you did something else pretty awful.
Yes.
There's only bread. There's no tortillas.